Good morning and welcome to another episode of Simplicity Made Simple. Today I am going to help you guys plan your days. So last week I was talking about how you can plan your entire week using a planner, and this week I want to break that down and help you plan just a day at a time, because maybe your life is really unpredictable, or maybe you don't feel like you can plan an entire week at a time. I feel like you probably can, but that's another topic. So I want to help you figure out how you can plan just one day at a time, and even how you can build some flexibility into that, because I know some of you need that flexibility. You need to be able to adapt your plan as you go. Maybe things come up unexpectedly. Maybe the what you do for work or what you spend your time doing during the day is kind of dependent on other factors. Maybe you have little kids around and you kind of have to work around their schedule. So whatever that means for you, I want to make sure that you can make this work. So what I have is a daily planner, and there's actually a printable version. And it's so great. It's comprehensive. It has everything in it that you'll need, and it's free. So that's even better, right? It's just icing on the cake. But what it does is it gives you a place to keep track of everything in just one spot. So you're not trying to keep track of something over here and trying to keep track of something over here. It's all in one place, and it includes space for your morning routine so that you can start your day up on the right foot. You can prep for the day ahead, whatever that means for you. There's some lines so you can fill that in on your own. There is space for your daily agenda, so you can put down the things that you have committed to do that day, the activities that you have. You can time block it. And what I advise for those of you that need more flexible schedules is to create time blocks and then structure your day so that you can move those blocks of time around as necessary. So maybe have half-hour or hour-long blocks that you can reorder if things come up. If your kid doesn't nap when you think they're going to nap, or if a project comes up at a different time than what you expected, or even if you're using public transportation or something and that gets thrown off. Whatever it is, time blocking is really helpful because you attach a length of time to specific tasks and it helps you focus. So it's not necessarily that you need an entire daily schedule down to the minute and you have to stick to everything in that order. It's just that it gives you some focus. So make time blocks and just be flexible with the order in which you do them. And it can be helpful to break them down into shorter segments so that you can fit them in when you have that time. So it gives you that daily agenda section. There's a section for your evening routine, so similar to the morning routine, but you get to finish off your day well. You get to wrap everything up, make sure you tie up all the loose ends. You get to rest and relax and do whatever you want or need to do to wind down for the day. And putting that down on paper is really helpful because people often don't know what they need for a helpful morning or evening routine, and they may not pay attention to what kinds of routines they already have in place if they're not writing them down. So write down what you're currently doing, write down what you want to be doing, and that will help you make adjustments to have a routine that works really well for you specifically. So it has all of those components. It also has a section for affirmations, so you can remind yourself of the positive things that you need to be believing, things about who you are, where you find your worth, what you're capable of. However you derive those things. I have a pretty long list of affirmations that I like to read every day just because it helps kind of recenter my mind. It helps me have a healthier mindset and a better attitude going into my day. So there's a section for you to write some of those. There's a section for bigger picture goals so that you can have your goals front and center, because that is the biggest obstacle to not achieving your goals, or the biggest obstacle to achieving your goals, I guess, is not having them written down where you can see them and be reminded of them regularly. We set goals and then we forget about them, out of sight, out of mind. So this way they are on your mind, they are visible to you daily, and you're less likely to forget them and far more likely to follow through on them. And you'll get to the end of the year and actually be proud of the things that you've accomplished. And then there's a section for your top 3 things for the day, because I don't want you to be overwhelmed with a really, really long to-do list. So I want you to focus on just 3 things, which I've talked about a little bit before, but this gives you space to actually write down those 3 things. And then if you get those 3 things done, that's hard to say, then you can move on to other things. But it gives you a really good place to start so that you don't sit there going, I don't know where to begin. My to-do list is too overwhelming, and you just want to crawl back under the covers. So there's that. There's also a meal plan section, because I know meal planning feels really overwhelming and scary and daunting and stressful and all of those things for a lot of people. And I would have loved to streamline that for you. I'm actually working on putting together another resource specifically for meal planning. So if you have any questions, if you have interest in that, comments, let me know, because I want to know what you think. But there's a section for meal planning so that you can write down what you're planning to have, so that you don't have any stress around 4 or 5 o'clock when you're thinking of what you're going to make for dinner. And if there are other people in your life who are asking, you have things written down, so you don't get annoyed when other people ask what's for dinner, or what can I have for a snack, or what's for lunch. You have that committed, have that written down. And there's a section for water intake, just so that you can monitor it if that's something that you're looking to do. It's a really easy way to take better care of yourself this year, just to pay attention to the amount of water that you're consuming, to make sure that you're staying hydrated, because it affects everything. It'll help you feel more energized. It'll help you think more clearly. It'll help you feel better physically, all of that. So it's just a really simple water intake tracker. You just fill in the circles, every time you have a glass of water. And then there's a section for notes. So if there's anything else you would like to keep track of, there's space for that too. So this is customizable in that way. You can use the sections however you want. You can skip a section, or doodle in the margins if there's something else that you would want included. I made this for you guys because I want to help you be organized and go into your day with a plan without feeling overwhelmed, or without feeling like it's going to take you half an hour to plan for your entire day. And it might honestly take a little bit longer at first if you're getting used to it, just trying to come up with that morning and evening routine if you don't really know what components you need. But there are some other videos that I've done and blog posts about those things, so you guys can check those out. But while you're getting used to it, it might take just a little bit longer. But once you've established a routine of prepping your day in this way, it really shouldn't take very long at all. And you'll be better prepared to go through your day after you've done just a little bit of planning, because then you know where you're headed. You know what you're focusing on. You've had time to get centered and just create a bit of a plan for your day, and not one that's super controlling or too rigid, but one that at least gives you a general framework. So I hope that helps you guys. I'm really excited to provide this for you. I hope you love it. So let me know what you think. I would love to hear from you. That is it for today. I will be back again soon to give you more tips and tricks. So if there's something that you specifically want me to talk about, let me know and I'll see what I can do. Okay, have a great week, you guys. Bye.